What's up, guys? Today we're going to be playing a little Ragavan in Historic Brawl. I'm sure everyone is well aware of the little pirate monkey by now, but if you're not, let me read you the novel of text on this card. Whenever Ragavan Nimble Pilferer deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token and exile the top card of that player's library. Until the end of turn, you may cast that card. So it's a 1-drop. You can also dash it in if you read that last little part. So we could wait till turn 2 and dash it in and hit them. But usually we're going to play this on turn 1, turn 2 attack. We make a treasure token and steal the top card of their library. We can't always play the top card of their library, so worst case scenario, we just exile the top card of their library and they don't get to play it. But with the treasure token, we can cast, colors outside of our mono red deck. So if it's a green deck and it's a card that has a green mana symbol in it, we can use the treasure to cast that. So this card basically provides ramp and card advantage with a 1-drop. It's very, very good. And then we back that up with a million ways to do damage to their creatures and their face. If you notice, the deck has a very low mana curve. Like 75% of the deck is 3 mana or less. So we're trying to kill our opponents fast. We're trying to, race them, essentially. And then we have a couple ways to go over the top if the game goes longer, with like Explosive Singularity just to do 10 damage straight to their face. Ugin to provide creatures if we need them, or destroy a permanent that maybe red can't handle, like an enchantment. We have Karn to shut down all their artifacts. We have Xorn to double our treasures when we hit. But essentially, we're just going to burn their face. So let's see if we can make mono red work in Historic Brawl. On, turn 1, we're basically looking just to play Ragavan. So we're looking for hands that, have at least 2 lands and plenty of removal. We're not often going to cast the card that we get from our opponent, just because we want the mana for our own spells. But if there is something juicy that we get off the top from them, we can cast it. So this looks like a good hand. So we have 2 lands, which is, checks the box there. A way to draw cards later. 2 ways to draw cards later. Damage, removal, and Karn. This is a good hand, so we will keep. Unfortunately, they go first. This would have been busted if we went first, but can't have everything. Let's see if the opponent removes it. They should. If they have the ability to. Okay, they're going to put up 2 blockers. Smart. They don't attack. They want the blockers. One of these can't be blocked. And this does what? I've never seen this card. Sacrifice it until your next turn. Target player who has dealt combat damage by this card can't cast non-creature spells. Well, that's bad. This can't be blocked, but we can deal with that later. Let's just get rid of this. Also does 3 damage to their face. Let's see if they block. I'm fine with that block. And now I forget, I believe we can dash Ragavan from the command zone, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see if they attack. Ah, they don't attack. Who plays Phoenix Chicken doesn't attack? Scared opponents, that's who. Okay. Creatures you control get +2, +1, and have ward 1. So this has ward 1? No. Wait. Oh, legendary. Okay. Non-legendary creatures you control get +1/+1. Okay. Okay. We could gain control of this, do damage to them, and make a treasure. We could also dash Ragavan, but that doesn't really make sense. I think we play the Menace creature. Pass the turn. Winota comes down. This is going to be a tough matchup because even though they nerfed this card, it's still very, very good. No blocks. So this has Ward 1 now. Okay. We could gain control of this and get out a creature. Yeah, I think so. Resolve. Autopay. I guess that doesn't work. We got 2 treasures. I think we have to do this. Just don't think we have a choice. They're gonna hit for a lot this turn.
Won't lie, I'm a pretty great pyromancer.
Oof. I think that's game. Winota is such a hard card to race, especially in mono red. Good game. The one nice thing about this deck is if you lose, it's really fast. None of these, like, you know, control deck losses that take an hour. No, you're going to lose in 5 minutes if you lose with this deck. Let's see if we can be on the play instead of on the draw this time. I think being on the play is a big deal for this deck. It is for any deck, but it's really a big deal for this deck. I think this time I'm going to look for a hand with a little bit more removal. I think if we had had the removal for the Phoenix chick, it would have gone a lot different. Rusko. It's another tough matchup. Gain control. We got the One Ring. Haste creature. Shadow Spear. Is this good against Rusko? They're going to have a ton of removal. We'll try it. I go first, so that's something. They're not usually going to have a creature on turn 1. Oh. Easy leyline. So they can cast all their spells as if they had flash. Fair and balanced magic. They might remove Ragavan here, or they might have an instant. Let's just do the mono red thing. They have something. Are they gonna wait till combat? Opt. Okay. What do we exile? A land. So you can see this is a good start from us, but with the punch from Ragavan, we already have 3 mana, right? 4 mana on turn 3, which is great for a mono red deck. Whenever you can. This is discard a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. What do we do here? This doesn't have haste. We really want to punish them, although they might have a removal spell. That's removal mana right there. We could just play the One Ring and force them to counter it. Why don't we do that? Because if they have a counter spell... Oh, they don't have a counter spell. They don't have anything. Okay, opponent, your go. We got their legendary land. Now, it may not seem like much, but if they miss a land drop here, we exiled 2 of their lands. So they may not have a land drop. I mean, I feel like if they had a land drop, they would have played it already. So even though we didn't get hits, we still kept them from deploying their game plan. They might have kept a 2-land hand. Definitely seems that way. I don't know why you would rope this hard if you had a land and a play to make. Uh-oh. Opponent? Uh-oh. Did they walk away from their computer? Your go, buddy. I mean, maybe they disconnected, but they were here this whole time. Just another day in the historic Brawl queue. Just your average super salty scoop. Super salt. Actually, I prefer a salty scoop. This is a salty rope out. Uh-huh. Okay. I mean... is that even worth it? I mean, it's 1 extra damage. I think I'd rather draw cards. Sure, that's good. I mean... yeah. We got another land! Uh-oh. Uh-oh, opponent. Did we use Wrench Resolve? I guess we do. We have 4 lands. This is until my next turn. And we get a mana. So we could drop... we could drop Shadow Spear, we could do... I just don't... I think we... Faithless Looting, because I don't feel like either of these cards are doing anything right now. Discard 2 cards. This is doing nothing. Target creature or planeswalker. I mean, this will kill Rusko, so we keep it. Do we... I guess we discard the land? Alright. I'll play the Shadow Spear. Oh my god, this card is so broken. Creature or planeswalker. No, we'll just... we can't equip this, right? No. We'll see if our opponent is still here. They are. They made their land drop, so that's good. Opponents can't gain life. I mean, that's good against Rusko's ability. We attack first. Would you like to take 7? Resolve. It's too bad this is in combat. Oh no, it's not. Or I guess it is, but it doesn't... oh, you don't lose it as phases, steps and phases end. Nice. Okay. These are going to go away, so we should cast them. We took their Liliana. Oh my god. Yeah, I think we do this. I think we draw some cards. They don't have any creatures. Can we play this? Wait, how can we play this? Oh, foretell. Sure. Do you have a board wipe? Okay, got the land. I mean, they could board wipe us here and they're still in an okay position because Rusko gains so much life. Does it have haste? No. Okay. I was expecting a Languish or something, you know, or a Ritual of Soot. I think Ritual of Soot would have done it. Well, it's official. Ragavan beats Rusko. So I would say that this deck is officially good. I don't even think my build of this deck is the most optimal, but it's still a handful to deal with. I honestly, when I saw Rusko, I did not think we were going to win that game. When I saw we were paired up, in queued against Rusko. Rusko is a really, really difficult commander to deal with in Historic Brawl. It's just endless value, and then by the time you finally, get to a point where you feel like you're even with the opponent, they, shuffle their graveyard and hand back in and draw a fresh 7 off of one of their 17 midnight clocks. It's just a really hard deck. Really, really hard deck to deal with. But, mono red's faster. If you can get underneath them like that, you got a chance. Okay, this is going to be a tough one because mono red has no answers to enchantments. So we basically have to beat them before this card comes down. Before the Prismatic Bridge comes down. 2 lands, card draw, damage, treasure, making 1 ring, land and or spell if we need it. And they go first. Gain control of target creature. I mean, this may be handy because of whatever they get off Prismatic Bridge. Yeah, they usually don't play creatures either, so we can, pretty reliably Ragavan here and ramp. We don't have a turn 1 play, right? So I think we're slamming the land side of this card. This is a creature, right? Yeah. Still might be good though, because if they, if they get Jin Cataxis or something, we could steal it. Can we dash him? We can. Oh my god, that's so broken. Straight out of the command zone. Hand. Discard a card. What do we discard here? I think Reckless Impulse because we have the 1 ring. We don't need 2 sources of card draw. Takes 2. Yes, please take more damage. Really? They're going to play the ramp side of the card? I did not expect that at all. I did not expect that at all. Land. They want a blocker for Ragavan. Do we dash Ragavan and then let them block and then blow it up? Yeah, I think we do. I think we do. I think that's the play. So we allow them to block. Are they not going to block? they're not going to block. Okay. We could steal their commander with the Akroan War. Oh, if only we had the mana. Wait, can we... We already played a land this turn, right? Yeah, we played the Access Tunnel. Fiery Inscription. I don't want to use all my treasures. I want to keep them. I'm okay using one of them. Destroy target artifact. Is this an artifact? No, it's an enchantment. I was just making sure the front side wasn't an artifact either. I think the right play is just to pass. Yeah. Pass. We don't have to discard. So what 2 cards did we get from them? Mana Geode and... okay, Tasha. So they're going to plus Tasha here, because if I attack with Ragavan...
Keep your distance.
If I attack with Ragavan, it would die. That's... Sure, get in. My turn. Okay, so I think we Akroan War. Do you have a response with no mana? Okay, fair enough, fair enough. And then we'll just... Do we just play Ragavan? I think we're playing the land side of this. If we... Yeah, if we attack, it just dies, so that would be dumb. But we could get Ragavan down. And then do this next turn. That's it. They're gonna keep plussing.
Don't try anything cheeky now.
This gives us mana. Nickel Bolas. Okay. They could destroy their own Asika.
In exchange for eternal servitude.
Wonder what they're gonna do. They could just... I don't know. They don't really need to kill the Ragavan because I can't attack anyway with Tasha plussing. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Go with it. I just feel like this is the least
I cannot exploit.
The card I'm gonna probably play the least, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that right. The card that I'm probably least likely to use this next turn. Okay, so we have a lot of mana. What does this do again? Can't be blocked. We're not really worried about that. We could do 4 damage to Bolas, but this is about to pop, which we don't want to have happen. This is also going to pop. And if I attack... I feel like we need better options. Okay.
Oh, look at you, all brave.
That's a good draw.
Give it your
We
best
kept them off the
shot,
ultimate.
adventurers.
They're gonna get Asika back on their next turn, or on my upkeep. But it's still gonna be a creature. Aha! What are they gonna destroy though? My treasure? Oh no, they're just gonna make creatures. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, Planeswalker deck. A little bit rough for mono red to deal with.
I am omnipotent.
They get their commander back. We could still do this and blow up one of their things. I think, yeah, she plussed. I don't think there's a way out of this for us. We could do this, but then we only get rid of one thing. And then they just attack it down. And they could... Bolas is such an annoying card. I think they got us. I can't imagine anything we could draw to get out of this. Let's try. Yeah, I just don't see it. I mean, this is our best play. We gotta get rid of that card. The other ones we can deal with. This cannot kill this, but they can just attack it down. Because this can only do one or more colors, and this is colorless. Wait, why are they attacking with this guy? I guess because it has vigilance? Strange. Yep, seems good. They have become the beatdown deck. Demonic Tutor seems good. I'll eventually build a Prismatic Bridge deck. I really don't like this card. And not because I'm losing to it right now. I just, in general, I don't like the card design. Like, a commander that is also a legendary enchantment that just puts, like, really gross things on the battlefield for free. I mean, I know it costs Wooburg, but still, this is a bad card design, in my opinion. You should, maybe if there's some more hoops you had to jump through, but just, you just can slam it as the enchantment. Like, maybe if you had to play this creature side first and then meet a condition and then it flipped into the Prismatic Bridge, I mean, that would be okay. But you can just slam the legendary enchantment side. It kind of defeats the point. But I will get off my pedestal for a second and just try to win this game. There are some cards we could draw that would help here. I mean, we have some cards that do damage to each creature and each planeswalker. We don't draw those here, but those would have been nice. This does 4 damage and 2 damage, so we could get rid of their Ugin or their Tasha. They still have a bunch of creatures, though. I mean, we don't have enough mana to do all those things, so let's get rid of you. Do you have a heroic intervention? No? Okay. Heroic intervention? Teferi's protection. Teferi's protection.
Finally, a worthy opponent.
So they avoid having either their planeswalkers destroyed, but we're still keeping them off. Tasha off the ultimate and Ugin off of being able to destroy one of our things, although we don't have anything to destroy right now. So they can still only crank out creatures, which is bad, but we could draw into an answer.
Keep your distance, mortals.
It'll be a miracle if we win this game. Absolute miracle. Oh, that's it. Yeah. That'll do it, because they're going to exile the One Ring.
I got a job to do.
Although that kind of actually helps us, honestly, because it was going to start doing too much damage to us. It would have been nice if we got one more activation out of it, but... yeah, we don't have anything that does damage. We don't have a way to draw cards. Yeah, I think that's game. We'll just say good game, move on. There were some cards in our deck that we could have drawn that would have gotten us out of this, but we just didn't draw them. We tried. We tried. I do think if you're going to go the mono-red route, I think there are some better commanders than Ragavan. Ragavan is kind of... It's a modern all-star. It's kind of a meme in Historic Brawl. You know, we saw that game against Rusko where it worked really well, but it is kind of like, you know, flipping a coin. You either win very handily or you lose very handily. But there are some really good mono-red legendary creatures that you could use as your commanders, or legendary planeswalkers like Koth. That's a deck I'm going to build, but Koth is an incredible mono-red commander, a lot more in line with what you want to do in mono red. So just something to think about if you're a mono red player and you want to build a mono red Historic Brawl deck. Look into some other cards besides Ragavan. Ragavan's funny, but it's actually not really the best if you want to do like tons of damage and all the things that mono red can do. That's a good card. It's a good land. Melt through. Who are we against? Finn. So we want lots of removal. 2 damage to any target. Sure. Copy. Sure. 3 damage. Yeah. I think this is good. We go first as well. Let's get down Ragavan. Mono green is going to have a harder time combating our game plan, especially this deck. Not all mono green decks, but like specifically this deck, because they're usually all death touch creatures, like really low mana value death touch creatures. So we have lots of ways to remove those types of creatures. Yeah, like this guy. Do we just play it? Sure. Having blockers is good. They're probably going to turn to Finn here, which I think we'll have to wait till our turn to get rid of. If they play a different creature, we can get rid of it with Melt Through. And we could just still use Melt Through. It's not a bad card. They are reading Ragavan. Yes. I'll give you a minute, because there is a novel written on there. Let's see. Manifold Key. Untap another target artifact. Target creature can't be blocked. I'm pretty sure they're playing it for the second clause there, because they're trying to poison us out, essentially. Destroy target artifact or Proliferate. Okay. How do you like being poisoned, huh? How do you like it? I think we can Ren's Resolve here and hold up Lightning Strike for when they play Finn. Yeah. Sorry if you hear a bunch of noise in the background. It's my dogs trying to guilt me into walking them. Whatever they play, we're pretty much gonna kill it. Uh-huh. We don't have to do it right now. We can wait till their end step. Let's put a block. Or a stop. Oh, stop. Just to make sure. Okay. Yep. They might have a green hexproof, yeah, like Snakeskin Veil. That's fine. It's just till the end of turn. We can actually steal their commander. Come here, buddy. Yeah. I don't think they liked being poisoned. I don't think they liked it. Like I said before, you know, with Ragavan, you're either going to win super fast or you're going to lose super fast. We'll play one more. We'll play one more. You definitely got to keep the right kind of hand with Ragavan. I mean, most of the cards in the deck are, you know, removal spells. But, you know... Oh, we're playing the same... We're playing Finn again. Okay, so, like I was about to say, you got to keep the right hand. So, that hand was great against Finn. 1 damage to each of 2 target creatures. That could be good. Number of mountains, yeah. 1 ring's always good. Destroy target artifact or land. Herbrask is a good card for later. This isn't as good as the last hand. We do go first, so I think we keep. Turn 1 Ragavan. Okay. What do we get? I think this is a better play for us. These are the types of creatures they're going to have in their deck, which is why casting Into the Fire is actually okay. Okay, they have a blocker. We could remove it. Do we remove it? Because we kind of want to keep this for Finn. We don't have another option right now. We'll draw into it. We'll draw into an answer. No, we just got to land. We don't have anything to do with that, so we'll just end the turn. We'll lose the mana from Birgi. The next turn we can One Ring if we need to, or Urbrask, or we could just destroy one of their lands. I've never seen this card. Death Touch. Does combat damage to a player, you may remove a Death Touch counter from it. When you do, exile target artifact or enchantment. Ooh. So if they do damage to us, they could exile our One Ring. Something to keep in mind. Is this an artifact by chance? It's probably an enchantment. Nope. Okay, it's got Death Touch. We could attack with Ragavan, and if they block it, we could kill it. They're probably going to block Ragavan. Uh-huh. Take action. And now we can play the One Ring without worrying about them exiling it. We gotta use the mana now, otherwise it goes away. Okay. Now we can draw into some answers. Delighted Halfling. I mean, we don't have counter spells, so... Actually, we do have Tibalt's Trickery, but in general we don't have counter spells, so that's not really applicable here. They brought back the Death Toucher. Okay. What does this say? Whenever you cast a spell, add... So we could dash Ragavan. I wonder if they'll block it with this guy. Each opponent. Gain control. We could gain control of their Delighted Halfling and dash Ragavan. We could destroy their land, and then they can't block. But then we can't dash Ragavan. This has First Strike, which is really good against Death Touch. Yeah. Let's do that. And then we can draw with the One Ring. Would you like to block? So these cards kind of do the same thing, except this is just instants and sorceries, I believe. And this is any spell. Would you like to fight? Okay. Makes sense. Let's... Do we have anything... Do we have anything that just directly deals with Finn? We only have Shock. We could gain control of it. Let's draw some cards. Got a land. So let's dash Ragavan. Why did that cost 4 mana? I guess the commander tax is added to the dash. Interesting. Next. All attack. Which one? I think this one. We don't have anything to do with the 1 mana, right? No. Okay, they're down to 11. Okay. Putting a land on top of their library. I think we should start blowing up their lands, honestly. They got a land in hand. I don't want to draw cards here because I have so many cards in hand. Let's attack, see what they do. Nothing. Can this go face? Target creatures and or planeswalkers. Okay. Okay. Alright, well, I'm sure somewhere between these cards and drawing, what is it, 4 more cards, we would have figured out a way to do it, to get 8 more damage in. But, yeah. That's the deck. I mean, basically low to the ground, you know, stifle your opponent. I was going to build it with more land destruction, because that's definitely a route you could go. You do all the land destruction spells, and then you basically ramp with Ragavan while destroying all your opponent's lands. That's definitely a funny way to do it. But this is you know, this is a build. Feel free to, you know, play around with it, take out whatever you want, add whatever, you know, your pet cards are in. This in no way is the best version of this deck. I'm sure there are better ones online. But, you know, it's effective. Some of the key cards, I definitely think, obviously the One Ring showcased itself. I mean, this basically goes in every deck. And, you know, a lot of these removal spells are really, really good. So yeah, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And have a good one.